Okay, so last year when the OnePlus 8 Pro was launched, it instantly became a fan favorite, maxed out Android flagship phone with a great price tag. However, the brilliance of the OnePlus 8 Pro was somewhat let down by a number of display issues ranging from black crush to punch-hole selfie banding to even horrific green tints. My own phone that I've been using for months now has these issues and I still notice them from time to time. Naturally, I was curious if OnePlus had finally fixed it all this time around with the new OnePlus 9 Pro. To check it out, what we are going to do is run the same tests that I ran on my OnePlus 8 Pro last year and try to reproduce any display issues if present. I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that I find no issues on this new phone. First up, let's test for the green or purple tint that haunted a lot of OnePlus 8 Pro units. It is usually seen with low brightness levels in dark backgrounds wherein a greenish or purple tint can be seen smeared across dark grey backdrops like a Chrome incognito tab. To test it out, we fired up our display tester app and used dark mode with both Full HD and QHD resolutions and with different refresh rates. Just to be fully exhaustive, we tested out different levels of brightness and also the three inbuilt color profiles: vivid, natural and advanced. After all this testing, I am happy to report that the display on the OnePlus 9 Pro was fine without any tinting issues whatsoever. This was honestly a relief because I think that this issue alone can really ruin the user experience, especially for people like me who love using dark mode. Moving on, let's test for the punch hole selfie camera bar. This is a pretty straightforward issue. Basically, on grey or dark backgrounds with low brightness levels, you can see a horizontal bar of discoloration in the shape of a band going through the front-facing punch hole camera. I think this was the most common issue on the OnePlus 8 Pro and I still notice it on my phone almost every day. Again, to test out the new OnePlus 9 Pro, we used the display tester app and tested on grey uniformity with 50% to 5% levels of grey. Initially, it seemed like we could see a black bar at 5% grey level with the lowest brightness, but it turned out to be nothing. After a few more rounds of thorough pixel peeping, I can confirm that the punch hole bar issue can be safely added to the list of issues that have been fixed on the OnePlus 9 Pro. Next up is a problem which is actually present on a lot of AMOLED displays: black crush. Black crush is basically random uniformity issues when viewing low brightness dark backdrops. My OnePlus 8 Pro and my OnePlus 7T before that had horrible black crush issues which was basically impossible to miss during my in-bed nighttime browsing sessions. The OnePlus 8 Pro was also especially bad at playing back HDR content at low brightness, sometimes potentially even ruining the entire movie watching experience. I was really hoping for this to be fixed on the OnePlus 9 Pro. So, just like the test on the OnePlus 8 Pro, I played an HDR video with varying levels of low brightness and then focused on the dark or the shadowy part of the scene to see if there was any noise whatsoever. I will be linking the exact HDR video that I used down in the description. That is in case you want to test your own phone out. But basically, if you can still make out the details in the darker part of the scene at low brightness, the black crush level is very low and perfectly acceptable. On a high black crush display, these details are all noisy and very hard to make out. With the OnePlus 9 Pro, I am very happy to report that the black crush levels on my test Indian retail unit were non-existent, which means that there is a very uniform and pleasant display panel, especially compared to the display on the OnePlus 8 Pro. Finally, I also did a small test for burn-in because a small minority of users also faced very quick yet temporary burn-in issues with the OnePlus 8 series. Some people also call it ghosting. In this issue, an image that has been persistent on the display, like the navigation buttons, leaves a kind of a shadow behind which is faintly visible no matter what your display is showing. On the OnePlus 9 Pro, to test the ghosting issue, I opened a sample image for a long 1 to 1.5 hours and long story short, I noticed no burning, no ghosting issues whatsoever. And there we have it. These are all the display tests that I used last year to highlight the defects on the OnePlus 8 Pro's display panel. Thankfully, it seems like the OnePlus 9 Pro has finally fixed all these issues to provide an error-free, a defect-free, and a nearly perfect experience. Of course, I will keep using this phone as my daily driver and update you with my experience in future videos. If you are facing any issue on your OnePlus 9 Pro right now, or if you want me to test something out, let me know in the comment section below and I will do it and get back to you in the replies. Until then, I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, help us back by liking this video, sharing it and subscribing to our channel. This has been Rohan from TechieTechTech and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.